Well done for downloading our profit improvement framework. You've now taken one step closer to where you want to be. And please check your inbox in a few minutes to get your own copy. We all realize that the current landscape is a season where business will have to survive the immediate rough seas. But very soon we'll have to find ways to innovate in order to turn this declining cycle into a growth cycle. Watch this video so I can help you with a strategy to improve your profits, freeing up your time so you can focus on this innovation without a major capital investment. The strategies I'm going to share with you are the same steps I've used with more than 60 clients and about 600 delivered projects over the past 12 years. These are also used by many successful business leaders all over the world. My name is Baron Cronje, and I'm the CEO of CoLAB. I've worked with large multinational groups, with mid-market companies, and with startups covering all the major industries. I typically work one-on-one with the executives and then with their teams in a group. One thing I can tell you is that this really works. So just so we both know if this is for you, someone will describe you as a driven business leader who's responsible for improving profits in an established business that maybe just got stuck in one level, or you're struggling to scale up to the next. You are a leader who invests in yourself, in your people, but also in your company. And you're open to explore new ideas and committed to exponential growth and innovation. You're looking for external facilitation and frameworks to help you empower your team. You're not someone who's looking for a quick fix without having to put in the effort. Or you're not someone who already has enough profits, enough cash flow, and all the free time in the world. Here's an image of our signature solution that you've downloaded, and I suggest you follow against it as we go. I'll cover the 3 levels of visibility, accountability, and then capability, which will split out into 3 steps each along the way. You and I both know that underperforming profits are causing major pressure for business leaders worldwide. The IMF projects a negative growth of 5.8% for South Africa in 2020, with not much better prospects beyond that. Now is the right time to develop new profit improvement strategies. There are 3 main reasons why business leaders struggle with this. Number 1, they flying blind with limited visibility of their real performance. Number 2, the leadership team works in silos and they don't take accountability for combined performance. And then 3, you don't have the right capability to sustain this performance long term. The good news is that if you're struggling with these issues, I'm going to show you easy to implement steps that you can take right now to overcome these issues and start driving massive profit improvement without a major capital investment. So let's dig right into the detail. The first goal is visibility, to make your current performance visible within the first month and moving you from a place of ignorance to having clarity of the key metrics that drives your profits. A client once told me the story and he said, I feel like I'm flying at night between mountains without working gauges. I don't even know which side is up, let alone where the mountain tops are. So in order to reach clear visibility of your key metrics, we need to do the following. In step 1, we assess your current state of your profit drivers and your supporting capabilities. We then use various proven tools and online assessments, data analytics, interviews, and techniques to quickly establish a baseline map for your profit improvement journey. In step 2, we create focus on the metrics that really drive value. Have you ever seen a management report with a host of graphs, figures, tables, all kinds of data, and once you work through it, you still don't know what it tells you? Well, we develop a simple dashboard of metrics that drives the goal of improving profits. Imagine having one metric that drives your entire business. Jim Collins calls this the economic denominator. In step 3, we visualize your available data against the defined metrics so that the insights can be drawn to inform your decisions. Often the lack of data elements is more insightful than the wrong available data. I recently worked with a professional services firm, and within the first month we created a simple dashboard ready for Exco to have meaningful conversations and debate and making quality decisions that improve their profits immediately by about 20%. This is the real power of your team having constructive discussions around meaningful insights. On this level, we create traction for the team that's busy spinning its wheels to actively engage the data insights and then take accountability for improving the performance. In step 1, we first create focus. Now, most environments try to do way too much work, and their portfolio of initiatives require between 3 and 4 times more capacity than what is really available. In this step, we set targets against the key metrics and we align the team's focus on these key strategies. In his book, The One Thing, Gary Keller explains that how a domino, when knocked over, will knock over another 1.5 times its size. So when you knock over a regular 2-inch domino, by the time you get to number 10, you'll knock over a domino that's 1.92 meters tall. By the time you get to number 18, you'll knock over the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Now, the moral of this story is that focus on one small thing that you can do and it will create momentum with a massive impact. I'm going to show you how to focus on this one thing that will drive your performance. In step 2, we find that as a business leader, you require insights from your data, enabling you to make better decisions. In this step, we collect data from existing sources and then we interpret this into insights that you can use. It's interesting to note that the lack of certain data in itself is often an insight because you have to realize why the data doesn't exist or why it's wrong. This diagram explains how giving meaning and context to raw data enables you to get insights so that you can make meaningful decisions. In step 3, clear accountability lines are established and insights are reported by each leader. A basic management accountability system is established with a regular rhythm to track progress and decide on corrective action. A recent client team was struggling with resource utilization because they were working in silos, and our strategies got the team engaged around the metrics with updated data insights, and their decisions caused immediate improvement of around 20% on their resource utilization, which hit their bottom line directly. This was a single profit driver that was identified to move their needle. There are many more of these just waiting to be found. So up to this point, quick actions were taken to drive performance, but just using temporary capability. Some elements will require building minimum viable capability to sustain this performance, and this is done via what we call an innovation roadmap. In the first step, all the needs that were collected and identified throughout the journey are plotted on this innovation roadmap. These requirements are then evaluated and prioritized to produce a series of sprints that will give you, the business leader, the highest return and then execute it in an agile approach. In step 2, we innovate for exponential returns by designing simple yet sustainable solutions. We use world-class scaling up tools and frameworks to improve the business performance that include the following 4 areas. 1 is people. They cover all the aspects needed for people to operate as a cohesive, high-performing team. Strategy, covering the components to focus your business model so you can win in a competitive landscape, and covering the core components that make your business the place where people want to commit their time. Execution covers the aspects required to get a business to execute on these winning strategies in the most efficient way with regular accountability. Cash is considered the oxygen of the business, and this section deals with strategies to improve cash flow and also the financial management components. To innovate the execution capability, we use frameworks that cover data or how information travels through the business. We use process or how work travels through the business. And then we look at projects or how to get capability implemented or changed. Infrastructure deals with the underlying assets required for the business to function. And then lastly, technology covers all the aspects required to enable digital automation. Business processes and systems are responsible for at least 30% of underperformance due to poor or old design. The aim here is to digitize the most efficient workflows for an exponential improvement. Recently, we were investigating why this client's stock holding was so high when they were actively working on reducing their redundant stock. The aim was not to order more of a certain stock item, and we found that the reorder quantity in the system was not turned off, and this resulted in unwanted stock being ordered automatically, causing a major stock problem. This is a clear case of the correct rule being applied incorrectly. In the last step, innovation is digitized. And in order to achieve exponential improvement, most business processes need to be digitized where they are standardized and to ensure that people manage the exceptions. We manage the build of agile iterations that will put the minimum viable product into operation in the shortest time to return the most or the highest value. As simple and as powerful as this strategy is, the most important thing you need to understand is that profit improvement is impacted by many moving parts. So what you're looking at here is a proven framework that we use to help driven business leaders navigate these moving parts to improve their profits by between 20 and 50% over a 6-month period without a major capital investment. This framework is the same one I've used with over 60 of my clients in over 600 delivered projects over the past 12 years. If you want to get clarity on the one thing that you should be doing right now to improve your profits, then book a 20-minute call on my calendar link below. Please note that we only offer this call to driven business leaders responsible for improving profits who are struggling with underperforming profits, a decline in cash flow, and a lack of free time. I am really looking forward to connecting with you.